Why do you work so hard, pal?
Well, I'm starting to slow down a little bit now.
Come on.
I am. Look, I was up there in a race car. What do you want from me?
Slowing down?
I had over 3 weeks off.
You're the hardest working guy I know, really.
I have to, you know. It's going to be, you know, Tom Skerritt, or whatever his name is SELLECK. He's up my back.
I remember you...
The guy's got my old face.
I remember you talking about that. Remember when he did that Salem cigarette ad?
I said, watch out for this guy.
You said that guy on that ad, and you made reference to him, and nobody knew who that was at the time.
Well,
he's not going to crowd you.
No, are you kidding? He's not going to crowd me. He's going right past me very soon. He's a wonderful kid, and I really like him. I call him a kid, but he's a young man, but I like him a lot. He's a nice man. And he's a gorgeous guy, and I want him out of the business.
Why don't you get him interested in driving those cars?
I will. I'll get him. I'm going to get him.
And give him all the wrong hints, Tom. When you get there, you put the brake on when you get on the turn.
And floor it.
Let's talk about your movie, Best Little Whorehouse.
Okay.
I read that there were some interesting changes made in that script. Is there truth to that, Burt? Or?
Well, there was changes made, but I don't think any more than any normal script. I think everybody panicked that was connected to it originally because they aren't used to making movies, but it wasn't any different than any picture I've ever been on, really.
Really?
No. I mean, there was a lot of stuff that went down, but, you know, I haven't read it, most of the stuff that's been written, and some of it was pretty awful about me, I understand, but I never met the guy who wrote the stuff. And he never met me, and he wasn't on the set, and he was never there when all these things. So I'm not going to make a star out of him by talking about him.
No, I don't want you to.
I don't really know. All I know is that I had a lot of fun doing the picture, and Dolly was everything I expected and more.
You two have become good friends, haven't you?
Yeah. I just talked to her tonight, and
terrific lady.
She's a super lady, and
she really is. And she's so smart, Burt.
She is real smart, and you know what? She's a wonderful actress. Wonderful actress.
Natural.
Yeah.
She's never had any training, has she?
No, but she's just real special, and whatever it is that Dolly is what she is, and that's what you get on the screen, and that's magic.
The thing that scares me about that lady is I had one chance in my life to do a scripted piece with her, and we were doing a special, and she was getting the awards, and I handed her jokes, setups, you know, and I thought, and we were in Vegas, we had to do it like zip, and she read it through, she said, okay, fine. And I went, no, Dolly, these are setups. She says, I'll be fine, I've got it. And you know something? I was a basket case, and she was perfect. I mean, she had she just read that thing, it was like a photographic mind.
She has a photographic everything.
Yeah.
Got a lot of room for it.
In this month's Ladies' Home Journal, Dolly said working on this film was the hardest thing she'd ever done. And
well, it was hard work.
Was it equally hard for you?
I don't think so. I think the times that, I don't want to sound like a Pollyanna or anything, but the times that I was with her, I don't remember working hard. I just was having a good time. The picture seemed to go on for a long time. I think that's probably what she was.
Yeah.
And she had to work about 3 weeks after I left, and I think they sort of dragged it on after that.
Yeah.
But when we were working together, we just had the best time. We had the giggles all the time, and I think that's what happens in the movie. I think that regardless of what that snake that reviews for you says, the picture is full of joy, just real joy. And if you don't see that, then you're blind.
Yeah.
Now, you may see, there may be people who criticize the movie for whatever the reasons they do. I don't know, because it isn't like the play, you know, it isn't like the musical. It's a deal different. It had to be because of two people that were involved and the other people.
Mm-hmm.
But if you don't see the joy of that, you have to be something wrong. Now, whether the movie works, I don't know. I'm not, you know, I've never said to you, picture's terrific, I think, and all we've known each other.
No, you have.
I lift that up as the best movie in the world, and
That's it. And it's interesting with the success that you have. Still concerned, but that's the way. You're still concerned about what critics say.
concerned about what they
Right. Obviously got you because you...
No, he didn't say anything bad about me. He said something about Clint, and I thought he was way off the line. He's never said bad about me, but he had anything to...
That had to be before I was here, because...
He had a... What did he do this job? He was a gardener.
I know.
But he just... he ripped them apart in Firefox. I thought, you know, just the work that was good.
You and Clint are very good, aren't you?
Yeah, we're very close.
Did you two get hired the same day? Jim was here and told me that, and I said, Jim, he said, Burt Reynolds got hired the same day. They sold Clint Eastwood. He'd have to get rid of his, which is a little tough, and you didn't have any talent.
Adams, that was a little large. And when we walked out of there, we went to the street to get... Neither one had said a word after we were fired.
Oh,
and we'd been 4 minutes, and of course Clint gave it 6 or 7 words a year anyway. And we were walking up the street, and I said, you know, you're in trouble. And he said, why's that? I said, well, I learned that. You're never going to get rid of that.
How did he react to that?
And he said something like, well...
How did it feel, speaking of that, to act universal when the now? I mean, and they were wanting to make a deal. Was that kind of...
It's a good over that. If it had happened after I was fired, but it happened after I was fired, you lose a vengeance. And I think he probably felt better than I did. The first time he ever come the lot, they gave him a picture, and that's sweet revenge, you know?
I guess.
But the problem is that the players weren't the same. If the guy that had fired me was still there, it felt real good. You know what happened? Those guys, you know, they got a trap door on the seat. Every guy that's ever fired me moved somewhere.
You guys check with each other? Projects you're up to, or is that kind of...
No, we did. He sent me every which way loose. He was never done enough company. And I said, I think it's going to make a fortune. And he said, I don't think I can do it. And I said, well, yeah, you'll be great. And I said, into my territory now. I'm to Atlanta. And I did.
The thing about you is the be a lot more accessible to the press and the public. You don't play it like the other guys. You know, you have to go to rock to visit with.
Well, I'm getting less accessible to the press, but more. I've never been less accessible. I
think what you have done is you're the that is that could really handle because you're a funny guy. You say funny things. I remember the very first time you ever did a talk show. It was my show. Doug McClure said, "I want to bring on one of my friends." And I remember some of his staff said, "Who's that?" They said, "They said, what does he do?" You proceeded to come on the show, and you were hysterical. You were hysterical. And then we said, "Hey, let's get back." And he on the show who you were. Did it all beautifully with.
Good,
but you're
a cigar. I didn't like that, so I put the cigar somewhere, and he didn't.
You're see? I mean, you can't hide anywhere, can you?
Sure.